Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 22nd. We're going to be kicking it old school here. We're going to be looking at your current general energies in your first row here. We're going to look at any messages from your future self in your second row. That's a really nice card. It says prosperity lies ahead. So I like that. In your third row, we're going to be looking at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you. It does kind of look like there could be some unexpected resources or finances coming in for you, which would be nice, of course. In your last row, we're going to look at any messages from your guides. And then at the end of the reading, I am going to pull 3 yes or no question cards, and I will give you time to think of your questions before you think of them in your head. So I'll let you pause the video. But in your first position, you have this debilitated card. It says discomfort on it. Pretty much every single person has had something uncomfortable coming up in these readings. I don't know. It's like the end of this year is a little weird. I wouldn't even say it's necessarily challenging. I think the challenging part about it is just, kind of keep slogging forward, keep putting in the work to be successful or, whatever you have to do, make changes. And, all that stuff comes up here. But I do feel you're kind of coming off of a maybe uncomfortable time. You even have the Devil, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Cups here. The Devil, I feel, is saying, number 1, be careful of your health. Number 2, I would definitely watch out for anything toxic in your environment. Could be people, places, or things, or food, or, could be any type of addiction as well. But again, as I always say, the Devil doesn't necessarily always mean an addiction. It could just be something that you feel is holding you back, or, something that is kind of getting in the way of your life. So I would definitely be careful of that. The Nine of Pentacles, I feel, how do you have, I still haven't fixed this deck, apparently. I thought I fixed this deck. Or no, it was, there's another deck, I think, that has the Eight of Wands in it twice. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Again, when you have the Nine of Pentacles twice in your reading already. When I was moving cross country, a bunch of my cards kind of all got, mixed together. I thought I got all of the duplicates out of the correct decks, but apparently not. But I don't know, maybe it was meant to come up this way anyway. So I feel for a lot of you that there's just abundance coming in for you. And I feel like you're feeling very independent at this time with this Nine of Pentacles energy. We're going to officially take it out of this one. You also have the King of Cups. King of Cups is all about your emotions, and you are the only sign that keeps getting this message. It was coming up for everybody, but I would definitely watch your emotions at this time. The King of Cups, he is sitting in choppy waters, but he doesn't really care. He's very focused on how he feels. He doesn't allow the external world to control his feelings, and because of that, he's able to manifest. He's able to manifest things very quickly. And, he uses his emotions to manifest what he wants. And it definitely looks like you can do that. With the Devil here, you have the Death card. Again, it looks like the end of something that has been controlling you for a long time. So it's funny that you have the Knight of Swords right next to the Devil. The Knight of Swords has a sword like this. So I do feel for some of you could be kind of defeating some sort of devil or something that maybe you feel has been controlling you in your life. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands. Some of you could be going from single to getting into a relationship in the near future. I don't really feel necessarily this week, although you do have the Knight of Cups here, so you could be meeting a person. But if you're hoping for a commitment or marriage, there could be marriage coming in for you. I also like the Four of Wands just for freedom in general. The Nine of Pentacles is kind of a card of gratitude and luxuries, and it's also a card of values. You also have this new moon in Taurus. Any Taurus energy is about your values. And when we have things that we value, we feel more free in life. And so I feel a lot of you could just be manifesting things that you value, which is a major focus with Uranus and Taurus, which we have Uranus and Taurus until the end of 2025. So, a lot of us will be focusing on this. With the King of Cups, you have the Temperance card. If you have love coming in, I feel like you asked for this, literally. Maybe you said to the universe, I'm ready for love. I want love recently, or something along those lines. And I feel the universe is responding. There's definitely love coming in for you if you want it. For others, the Temperance card, I feel, Temperance, she's kind of standing, the angel has 1 foot on water, 1 foot on land, and is pouring water back and forth between the cups. Again, another symbol of emotions. I feel that Temperance is about turning one thing into another. It can represent turning something from a negative to a positive to a negative. You can go both ways with this, but I would make sure that you're looking at the things that are challenges in your life and you just say, how can I make this better? Right. And again, people always ask me, like, a few years ago, I grew this channel very quickly. And one of the things I did, I just started looking at the things that weren't working. I'm like, how can I turn this into a positive? That was it. And, that is definitely temperance energy. And I feel that for you here. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this prosperity lies ahead on this Taurus new moon card. Love it. Definitely prosperity coming in for you. I do also like, again, collectively, it seems like there's been a collective energy that, finances seem to be kind of turning around this week, or they're just improvements. Pretty much every single sign has had some sort of financial improvement. And it also seems like everybody maybe has been a little bit nervous about finances. So again, I feel that there could be improvements in your finances with this card. You have the Page of Swords, the Magician, and the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is like quick success. Eight of Wands also has to do with your words. The Magician also has to do with your words as well. So I would make sure you're using words that can manifest positive things in your life. And I would be annoyingly positive this week if I were you, because I feel like being annoyingly positive is going to be the thing that attracts positive things into your life. But the Eight of Wands definitely can sometimes say, pay attention to the words that you're using. You also have a lot of conclusion energy in your reading, believe it or not. Four of Wands, you have the Death card, and you have this Eight of Wands. So, these are cards of conclusions. These would be positive conclusions. So if you're wrapping up projects, if you've been hoping to launch something into the world as well, I see like a lot of you bringing things to a close just so you can kind of create space for new things. And again, I feel like these are going to be positive conclusions. Next, you have the Magician. Creating your own reality at this time. So I do feel a lot of you are kind of creating your reality with the Magician, or you're creating something new. Again, watch your words. I would also pay attention to your focus. He has these flowers in front of him, and the flowers represent the fact that he knows he has to focus on, joy, happiness, good things, so that he can attract good things in his life. But I do feel you are very quickly attracting things this week. You also have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, I feel, is saying be curious. I would just look into things. You're not the only sign that's had this, but it seems to be kind of like a very dominant energy in your reading where there could be just more. Sometimes I feel when I do readings, especially when I get something like this with the Page of Swords here, the Nine of Pentacles twice somehow, the Magician, the Eight of Wands, really good cards. But the Page of Swords to me sometimes says there's more to the story, but in a good way. It's like, imagine if I just put up a YouTube channel, right? Plenty of people just throw up a YouTube channel, and plenty of people do that and they find plenty of success. But it's like, if I didn't go further, if I didn't learn about it, if I didn't learn the ins and outs of it, and if I wasn't curious about it, I probably wouldn't have grown the channel very big, right? Or at least me personally. I'm not a natural at anything, right? So what I'll say here is that Page of Swords, I feel, is saying, if you're going to do something, really, really learn the ins and outs of it, because it's going to make the difference. It's going to be the difference between you just kind of being a little bit of a success and to, becoming a major success in something. I feel that for some of you, especially for those of you that are, being curious about a project or a business or something that you're starting. With the Page of Swords, you have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is a card of recovery. It is also a card of blessings. Normally there's a person who is receiving blessings in the stained glass window that is on the Four of Swords. So I do feel there are blessings coming in for you. Again, Nine of Pentacles twice. With the Magician, you have the Ace of Cups, your emotions overflowing, and again, focusing on your emotions. There's definitely a focus on how you feel about things this week, so I would, definitely be focusing on that. And also, like I said, I very clearly feel you specifically have asked for love. Like maybe you've said it in a prayer, in a dream, in a whatever, but I feel like you've asked for it and you're receiving it. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. Eight of Wands is a card of movement. Four of Pentacles can represent being stuck where you are. Four of Pentacles represents needing to leave a comfort zone sometimes, holding on too tightly to something and needing to let it go. So I definitely feel it would be a good time for you to, leave a comfort zone. Even right next to it, you have the Fool. Fool is about taking a leap of faith towards something new. Next, in the area of anything unexpected, you have this Regeneration card. This can kind of represent a second chance coming in for you. So I do feel there could be an unexpected second chance. I'm not referring to a person coming back from the past. I feel it's much bigger picture than that. I feel that this is, if it's love, I feel like it's like the love of a lifetime, that you're getting a second chance to feel love, like you are in love with a person. If it's money, maybe you're not revisiting the same business or job or career that you had, but it's almost like you're getting a second chance to create something here with this regeneration energy, and that could be unexpected. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Fool. Knight of Cups can represent a knight in shining armor, so there definitely I do feel could be unexpected love coming in for you. The Fool really tells me that you're going to be diving right into this situation, so it could be one of those things where you get swept up in the relationship very quickly. I don't think this is a bad thing either. Sometimes that might be a bad thing, right? If you get swept up in something and it controls your life, or prevents you from going to work or whatever, then that could be a problem. You have the Sun here in the same diagonal, and the Sun is a very positive card. So again, even if you do get swept up in something, maybe it's just a relationship that moves quickly, and maybe it's perfectly fine. That works for some people. So I do feel that could be unexpected. The Knight of Cups is also your dreams, and he's normally looking into that cup and he's dreaming of something, like what he wants in his life. He's in the desert, but he's in front of water here, and he could easily plant seeds even though he's in the desert. So the card itself can say that there is room for growth even in an area of your life where it looks like it's a desert, like you have no resources, right? So I feel a lot of you could be kind of creating something out of nothing. Temperance, which is your card, is really kind of a card of turning water into wine, turning water into something better. So I feel a lot of you could be doing that. Again, you have the Nine of Pentacles. I feel you have you're a Sagittarius, so I feel like you've had a lot of, you have a independent streak, and I do feel like you are kind of focused on your independence here. And finally, you have the Fool. I kind of feel a couple of things here. Number one, if you're thinking about starting something new, in that diagonal, you have the Death card, I'll just show you. You have the Devil, the Death card, like you're leaving something toxic. The Magician says you need to have a new beginning. Ace of Cups could be you accepting something that you will love into your life. It doesn't necessarily mean love. The Ace of Cups is sometimes just our heart. It could just be maybe you accept a new hobby, a new interest into your life. And the Fool is about diving deep. And this whole entire reading, I feel, is encouraging you to, dive deep into something that you could be interested in, whether it doesn't matter if it's a person, a hobby, all of it, a job, a career, a business idea. Again, I feel like if you scratch the surface, you're not going to get as much as you could out of a situation. So I do feel it's encouraging you to really, really look into whatever it is you're learning about or whatever. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords. King of Swords is like an expert. And he also is the card of like maturity as well. You could be attracting an air sign into your life if you want love. And the King of Swords is someone who has like a lot of knowledge as well. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Clearly, the Nine of Pentacles is important for your reading. Nine of Pentacles, I think, sometimes is about how much energy you give to things. On a traditional Nine of Pentacles, I'll just show you over here. She has 6 pentacles over here, and she has 3 pentacles over here. It kind of represents the fact that she only gives 3 pentacles to a situation, and she always keeps 6 pentacles for herself. So she kind of understands true equal give and take, which most people think equal give and take 50-50. That's not true equal give and take. If 50-50 for some people might be too much, or maybe, it's like we only have so much energy, so we can't really give a person 50-50, right? There's really no such thing, because maybe we have a job. We have to give our job a certain percentage of our energy. We have to give our children or our pets or whatever responsibilities we have. They need energy too, right? So we can't ever really truly give 50-50, at least I don't think. But, she gives enough to all situations. Here's the thing about the Nine of Pentacles. That amount is always increasing. It's really just like a percentage, because she takes care of herself, because she keeps those 6 pentacles for herself, the amount of energy she can give is like always growing. So those 3 pentacles are always worth more, because she's always fulfilling herself first. And because of that, she gives more and more and more and more, but she also keeps more and more and more and more. And because of that, she always has more to give. And so it's kind of like creating a positive feedback loop in your own life. And I feel a lot of you could be doing that. Obviously, you have it 3 times. With the Fool, you have the Star. Major energy of moving towards inspirations. Pretty much everyone gets this right now. Again, if you believe that we're entering into the age of Aquarius, then Star makes perfect sense. And I feel with this age of Aquarius, again, if it is a real thing, I'm on the fence, right? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But what I would say is, what I do think is positive about it is that it's encouraging everyone to be their own little star, to be their own to put out as much inspiration as they possibly can into the world to inspire other people. So if you can do that, then I feel that would be a good thing. Sorry, we're not going to clarify this yet. In your last row for messages from your guides, you have the hummingbird. I feel that you've been on a long journey And the hummingbird totem meaning is like going on a long journey. Hummingbirds have to go on a long journey to get their reward, to get their nectar. And I feel like you're finally getting your rewards. This also is like a ruby-throated hummingbird. It has that ruby throat here. And I feel, again, your words are going to be super important this week for whatever reason. So I'd make sure to pay attention to your words. I feel like your guides want you to do that. You have the Five of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Sun. With the Five of Swords, I feel some of you, your guides are asking you to walk away from things that no longer serve you. The whole entire top row is really asking you to focus on yourself. You know, Death, Devil, Page of Swords, like hitting the devil. Four of Swords, focusing on healing yourself. Nine of Pentacles, focusing on yourself. The King of Swords could represent like an expert as well. It could, you know, and sometimes experts can help us, right? We can get a massage from an expert. That is focusing on yourself. We could get, you know, mental help, physical help from an expert like a doctor or something similar, right? And that is helping yourself. So I feel that Five of Swords really asking you, like your guides are asking you to focus on yourself at this time. I feel like it'd be a good thing to do. You also have the Knight of Swords. Again, I would watch your words. Seems to be important for you. Knight of Swords can represent saying something that you later regret. It is popping into my head, so I would definitely be careful of doing that with this Knight of Swords for sure. I would also say I would be careful of writing anyone off too quickly with that. You know, the Knight of Cups is kind of like going towards the Knight of Swords here. And with the Nine of Pentacles, it could be, you know, look, this row is amazing for love. Four of Wands, Ace of Cups. But it could be one of those things where maybe you're kind of like a little standoffish in love. This could say if you want it, open up to it. Obviously, if you don't. But if you do, I would open up to it with that energy. You also have the Sun. So I feel there's a lot of happiness and just a lot of good things coming in for you this week. So I feel like you have a lot of happy stuff to look forward to. Let's clarify. With that Five of Swords, you have the Eight of Swords. Definitely time to get unstuck. Eight of Swords is about setting yourself free. You know, it's a card of self-imposed restriction. It's also a card that says stay open to multiple situations or multiple solutions to your problems. And again, if you do have any problems, King of Swords, and it could be any gender, but King of Swords says there is like an expert who could solve your problems very quickly. If you have a medical problem, go to a doctor. If you have a legal problem, go to a lawyer, right? And the list goes on and on and on. But King of Swords always comes up in readings for me personally, you know, whenever, if there's an issue or problem that a person could solve very quickly. I always have, you know, and people always say to me, I can't afford a lawyer, I can't afford a doctor or whatever. I'm always like, well, really, the King of Swords kind of says you can't afford not to, you know, find one of these experts. And Nine of Pentacles is really about being resourceful and finding the resources. I really feel it would be worth it if, you know, if you have something going on in your life to seek out an expert. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing. It could say that you were lied to, cheated on, stolen from in the past. And, you know, again, I feel this person, if there's new love coming in, is not like that. So, again, I feel it's worth opening up to. With the Sun, you have the Hermit. The Hermit is saying, get out. Get out in the sun. You know, I didn't even realize this. You're like the 10th sign that has had the Sun and the Star in the readings. The Sun and the Star together is kind of like fame and fortune. And like I said, a lot of signs have had this week. So it seems to be a good week for attention or getting attention on things that matter to you. The Hermit says, don't hold back, right? The Hermit has a star in his lantern. He's like holding back. And it says, don't hold back. I feel it's time to kind of blast your star out there. But pretty good reading. We're going to ask 3 questions now. And so we're going to do question number 1, question number 2, and question number 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. You also had the Wheel of Fortune want to pop out there while I was shuffling. But 1, 2, and 3, feel free to, again, pause the reading if you need to think of your questions. For question number 1, I would say yes, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands really says yes, but it also says be bold, be assertive, really go for what you want, which I feel is true for everyone right now. But again, whatever you're asking about, be bold, be assertive, really go for it, and it will be a definite yes, not just a yes. For question number 2, I would say yes, Page of Pentacles, more communication. Your words are going to be very important this week. So no negative talking, no negative self-talk, none of that, right? But I would say yes, but I would be very careful of your words as well. And for question number 3, I would say yes, there you go, more words. You have the Judgment card, more words, more communication, but I would also say yes here. Really nice reading, Sag. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.